टिम हुनेछ तर नेपालले खेल्ने भनेको 4 वटा म्याच मात्र हो।
नातेदार अरे बसियल भनेको
यो छर्नबाट 44
पक्का नै भन्छु।
Finished the power play strongly, but can't get it where he wants it, which was over extra cover. Nepal will still be the happier of the two sides at the end of the power play in the second innings. They've accumulated 45 for 1.
Yes, let's look at the power play highlights. Kushal Bhuttel started off very wary. A couple of good shots down the ground. That was a better of the 3 that he played, going back to the back foot and cutting that down to
Laksha Anek, Energy 8. Energy Bhaneke, Red Bull.
You, right? 2 p.m. cheese balls.
Well, it's a drag down, a rare freebie. Bowling's been good, but that's not the way you want to start a spell. It could have been hits anywhere, and Sheikh just picks his spot out towards the gorgeous mountains, and it goes a long, long way. Real drag down, and just smashed for 6.
Yeah, that was a long hop by Ravichandran. Helped it away by Asif Sheikh for a massive 6.
Has just been a few signs. A couple of batters in the first innings. Nepal's physio Lakendra Kumar to run through the mandatory concussion check. That will always take place no matter how strong or weak the blow is towards the helmet region. It's been a good innovation. You'll see here clearly up into the grill and helmet. I'm sure Rohit Paudel is fine. It was only coming down at 45 miles an hour, but good to go through the process.
Yes, I wonder, Lenny, what does the physio come and talk to you about after you got struck in the helmet? I've always wondered about that. Is he going to ask you some questions? What is your name, or where do you live? Just a break in play. Nepal 70 for 2 in the 9th over.
Yeah, maybe the surprise that we haven't seen the third spinning option yet. Only the 5 bowlers used. Thought Abdul Samad might have had a turn now. Maybe he'll come in next. Only the one over left of Shamya Sagaya Slater. How the captain of Japan uses that over will be interesting. Does he go all in now and give him another one just before the drinks break? Or will he hold him back? Paudel obviously passes the concussion test and is fit to continue. Just 2 runs though from that 9th over. It's 71 for 2.
ज्ञान सोल्टी चामल खरिद गर्नुहोस् रु 2000 सम्मको क्याशब्याक पाउनुहोस् ज्ञान पाए ज्ञान नै रोज्ने
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ
Can't wait, won't wait.
मम्मीले त्यस्तरी भने हैन अरु चीज बस हैन 2 PM चीज बस मात्र ल्याउ न बिर्स्यौ
यो क्या यो हैन त 2 PM चीज बस
There's running everywhere, and it's not going to be Sagaya Slater. It would have been a very aggressive piece of captaincy. It would have been basically kind of saying it's all or nothing now. I need 2 wickets from you, my trump card, my best bowler today. Instead, he's going to go to Sakarana Thomas. Doesn't quite have the same pace, just as that little angle in. Exceptional running between the wickets again. They'll get home for the 2 comfortably. Might even think of a third. And not much risk taken by Nepal's batters here, and just reaccumulating nicely.
This is very good batting by the captain. Just played it with soft hands. The ball never went out from the 30-yard circle, and they took 2 runs. How fast they are in between the wickets.
Yeah, it's really difficult for deep mid-wicket and deep square leg, because you can maybe get 3 or 4 yards in, but not much more than that, because if the short ball is pulled at you, particularly with the way that sun is, you don't want to be kind of caught right in the deep, and it's forced to change in field, just that one shot. Deep third goes back, but deep backward point comes in, and up comes deep mid-wicket, so protection on the leg side. Paudel misses out here. For Japan, we spoke about that factor of 2 games in 2 days. As you get a look at the change in field, that mid-wicket fielder there, just right on the edge of the square, has come in to plug that gap. They've probably shown more than enough to think that they can win games in the Super 6.
Yes, they have, especially the batters, Fleming, the captain. And Rahman. The partnership that they got against Nepal today was brilliant.
They've been the 2 standouts, haven't they, with the bat. But their bowling attack is very effective. It looks like they're an incredibly tight-knit group. From speaking to Alan Carr, he's just talking about the importance of, them doing things in a Japanese manner, speaking Japanese in and around the group. We saw them take a bow to their fans that came last night and all line up. I thought that was lovely. Such brilliant stories in Japanese sport. The primary sports there, I hope, feel free to drop a message in and correct me if not, the primary sports there tend to be the likes of baseball, which is hugely popular. But cricket on the rise, rugby obviously hugely on the rise, that famous win over South Africa 10 years ago now, back in 2015. And I think they're a great story. They're a story we need in cricket. We've spoken about the importance of Brazil's women's program, what USA have done for the men's side coming through and expanding the game there. We want it to be a global game. We want not just a 20-team World Cup. There's already been some inclinations or whispers in and around the ICC that they'd like to get that to 24 teams in years to come. As Jura goes down towards long off and straight at him. And Japan are pumped up again. They find a third. It's a good catch. Nicely taken by Benjamin Ito Davis. And Japan, you have to say, are deserving all of these breakthroughs. Nepal still hold the aces, but at the halfway stage, Japan fighting hard. And they've got 3 wickets to their name.
Yes, they have. And let's look at the shot again. The fielder was in the boundary line. A neat catch taken by the fielder there. With that, Zora has to depart for 5. And the umpires have called for the drinks break. We'll take a break here in the comment box. We'll be back soon.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
मम्मीले त्यस्तरी भने हैन अरु चीज बस हैन 2 PM चीज बस मात्र ल्याउ न बिर्स्यौ
यो क्या यो है त 2 PM चीज बस
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
Red Bull presents T20 World Cup qualifiers, Nepal ko Vishwa Cup Yatra, powered by Gyan Extra Long Grain Basmati Rice.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Sunflower oil, मायाले बाँधेको स्वाद.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड.
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल. Skyworth Home Appliances.
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष.
Hotel booking अब ई सेवाबाट.
C comes in at number 5, the left-hander. Not too much pressure on Nepal because the required run rate is less than a run a ball. Just 55 more from here to win. But you would imagine that Japan will be delighted with the fight and the grit that they have shown. The fact they've picked up 3 wickets. As it's Takahashi to bowl for the first time. With his off breaks, he's the one who took the catch and gave a bit back to the Nepal fans. As Malik can't, he will get off the mark thanks to the misfield. Initially Powell had come down and needed to be sent back, but just a little fumble and a stumble from Benito Davis. He'd just given it the big celebrations himself with that catch at long off. Not the greatest shot choice from Sundeep Jura, particularly with it being the final ball before drinks. Got Andrew Leonard here alongside Paresh Lahani. Paresh will rejoin me in a few moments' time. Do have a few questions for him coming in, so use that hashtag T20 World Cup. Let us know where you're watching from, or get those questions in to me directly at Cricket Badge on either Twitter or Instagram. Really enjoy having your company, and We know how much this qualifier means to so many people as we sort out the final 3 spots in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup that will be held in India and Sri Lanka next year. We know 17 of the teams that will be there. Just 3 more remain, and all of those spots will come from this qualifier, the first ever combined one between the Asia and EAP regions. Oh, it's a trademark stroke of Rohit Powdell's. He loves that late cut. Mala's running really hard, thinking of a third, but won't get there. End of the 11th. It's a 6-run opening over for Takahashi, 82 for 3.
ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लङ ग्रेन बासमती राइसको 20 केजी को प्याकेटको खरिदमा पाउनुहोस् क्याशब्याक तुरुन्तै आफ्नो हेल्थी वालेटमा।
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ।
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
मम्मीले त्यस्तरी भने हैन, अरु चीज बस हैन, 2 PM चीज बस मात्र ल्याउ न। बिर्स्यौ?
यो क्या यो है त 2 PM चीज बस।
And the joy that the Nepal fans always show. It's very rare I see their carry on and can do anything but help break into a smile. Their love of their nation, their love of the team, their love of cricket is just super inspiring as Suzuki Macomb comes into the attack. Using lots of bowling options, aren't they, Japan? Kind of shading and echoing what Nepal did in that first innings. If Nepal, sorry, Pressure, if Nepal get home here, they've been made to work for this victory.
Yes, they have been, starting from the first innings, the way the captain Fleming and Rahman batted. Nepal was pushed to the back foot. Credit goes to Sompal Kami, Gulshan Jha, and the latter part of the innings, Sandeep Lamichhane, who took 2 wickets.
For me, it was Gulshan Jha that made the difference, though, wasn't it? The impact he had, particularly given his first over went for 9 runs, to come back. Those remaining 3 that he bowled on the bounce probably have changed the course of this contest.
Yes, it sure did. He got rid of the dangerous man, the captain of Japan, Fleming. Nepal, having ranked higher than Japan, they were pushed to back foot.
Yeah, one of the challenges then in the defence of this chase for Japan, their most prolific wicket taker, Ravichandran, just bowled a terrible first over, and any pressure that was built up with the dismissal of Bertel was just completely taken out of the game, because he bowled 2 long hops to start with. Both of those were dispatched for 6. There was another boundary too from Asif Sheikh in the over, and that went for 17, and Kendall Fleming hasn't wanted to turn back to him since. Edged away, a little bit of fortune for Rohit Powdell, but he will get 4. Nice delivery. Deep third is very wide, and the Nepal fans are flying their flags and cheering on merrily yet again.
That had a bit of shape on it, getting that outside edge, running very fine towards the third man region. And like you said, Lenny, the third man fielder was a bit wide. That is why he couldn't stop it. Just 43 more required of 50 deliveries. Rohit Powdell on 17. He would like to stay unbeaten.
How much would you read into those prior T20 World Cup experiences in terms of the qualifiers that Nepal have had? Obviously heartbreak here against the UAE back in what was that, 2021, wasn't it, for the T20 World Cup 2022?
Yeah, it has been. They've played 2 T20 World Cups, so one in 2014 and one in 2024.
Oh, chip back at the bowler, who thinks he's held on, and Kushal Mala's happy to walk. An exceptional catch. Suzuki Macomb is brought into the attack, and the mustachioed all-rounder has done so well to dive forward. take it probably only inches off the turf. Nobody would have had a better view than Kushal Malla, and he's happy just to walk off immediately. What a catch this is.
Incredible. Diving in front in your follow-through, being a medium pacer, that's an incredible catch.
Second low score for Malla in 2 games. And again, good awareness of the matchups.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
मम्मीले त्यस्तरी भने हैन, अरु चीज बस हैन, 2 PM चीज मात्र ल्याउ न। बिर्स्यौ?
यो क्या यो है त 2 PM चीज बस।
Hosted between 4 teams, Japan, Philippines, Indonesia and South Korea. They were unbeaten, 106. As it now will be Ravichandran, the leading wicket taker for Japan in their history, back into the attack. He's got 48 altogether. If he could get 1 or 2 now, maybe we'll just have a twist in this contest, as Dipender Singh Airi is the new man to the crease.
This is very clever captaincy, because the left-hander was there, Kushal Malla was there. He didn't bring Ravichandran into the attack. When Malla got out, immediately he's getting his leg spinner into the attack. Big appeal, gone!
Japan have a 5th, and they have life. We have to love the associate pathway events, because they always have twists and turns. Nepal will have been thinking they should have cruised this chase of 130, but 2 wickets in 3 balls has the game turned on its head. And it's those little strike breaks, the little skidding on leg breaks from Ravichandran that have given him a 49th T20 international wicket. Might have been the googly, it was, out of the back of the hand. Powdell's not picked it, and for me, more than a fair decision. Gonna go on and hit middle and leg stump. Ravichandran's pumped up. So too are Japan.
Yes, Rohit Patel has to depart. Very good delivery, very good captaincy. He has to depart for 18 of just 19 deliveries.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल।
भाग्यले जहिले साथ देला या नदेला, तर ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले दिनेछ।
मम्मीले त्यस्तरी भने हैन, अरु चीज बस हैन, 2 PM चीज मात्र ल्याउ न। बिर्स्यौ?
यो क्या यो है त 2 PM चीज बस।
Run rate continues to pose no real threat, 5.5 and over. The fact they're 5 wickets down, though, Paresh definitely does.
There's still an Iceman at the crease, Dipender Singh Airi. Another Iceman has to depart, the captain of Nepal, Rohit Patel.
Going to come round the wicket now. Right on the money, but Gulshan Jah good enough to get off the mark. He's a confident young cricketer, and he's already been through a lot in such a short career, Paresh.
Gulshan Jah, just 19 years of age. The way he batted in the first game against Kuwait, 20 of 5, that got the momentum into the innings break for Nepal. That is why the bowlers came out and bowled very well to take wickets, to get a victory out of it.
Nepal's fans all of a sudden becalmed in a position where they're starting to feel pressure, as are the team. There's a beautiful hue to the ground now. You might have noticed a difference in the colour as you look on at home. The floodlights have just come on for the first time. And oh, this looks very close. Pleading with Muckle. And the umpire has a long think and says no. I'm not sure necessarily what this is missing, unless Irie has got a bit of bat on it. look like it's just skidding on again. Oh, is it going down or is that hitting leg stump?
Excellent bowling by Ravichandran. He's taken a wicket already off the captain of Nepal.
I think it was probably another googly, wasn't it? He just sort of rolls it out a little bit Rashid Khan-esque. Not the full back of the hand googly, just coming out the side. And what an over. What an impact. We've got a changed game all of a sudden in the course of 7 deliveries. Bit of a strut and a swagger from Ravichandran too. He felt he could have had that decision go his way. Very close call. It's gone the way of Dipender Singh Airi as the
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा आर्जन गर्ने शिक्षाको सम्पूर्ण खर्चको जिम्मेवारी लिन्छ आइएमई लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्सले।
आइएमई लाइफ बाल किरण जीवन बीमा योजना।
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन। आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक।
मम्मीले त्यस्तरी भने हैन अरु चीज बस हैन 2 PM चीज मात्र ल्याउ न बिर्स्यौ
यो क्या यो है त 2 PM चीज बस।
I think Kendall Karawaki Fleming is captained outstandingly well, and he's going to call on that a trump fast bowler now. Bowls a good sharp bouncer. Japan have really impressed me today, Paresh, whatever the result. And Nepal are being made to work incredibly hard for this victory.
Yet again bowling that bumper, very accurate bumper. Gulsaja had to take evasive action, just ducking the ball. Yeah, Japan has not only impressed us, they've impressed the entire world.
Absolutely. Another great story from associate cricket this year. Worked into the leg side for a single. Airi has the pace to get back for the second, but I think rightly not looking to go for it. The fast bowler himself doing the fielding. You think of Italy's story this summer, qualifying for their first T20 World Cup. Imagine we add a Japan or a Samoa to that list. Who would have thought that 10 or 15 years ago, Paresh?
No one would have ever thought that. It's just because the Japanese, they've played very well. Not only today, but yesterday beating Kuwait.
Pulled around the corner, but deep fine leg is out there. Yeah, I think so much of the growth and the development over the last decade has been due to one decision. Back in 2018, some statisticians, some anoraks didn't like it, but back in 2018, the ICC granted T20I status to every single one of its, at that stage 104 members, now 108 members, all are entitled to play T20Is. Ja hooks this away, and probably the biggest cheer of the day. He's a real fan favourite, this man. He stuck it onto the road. The angle helped him with that hook shot. It's an almighty maximum.
That is more than 100 meters. A good bumper again, well picked up by Gulsen Shah. Down to deep square leg, behind square, into the road.
Yeah, remarkable shot. And there's a bit of niggle kicking in. I don't think Ravichandran, who you can see heavily involved in it there, was happy with that LBW decision from umpire Muckle in the previous over. But I'm not sure why this ball has sparked the action and the drama. Outstanding hook shot, a nice swivel hook, bit of Caribbean flair there from Gulshan Jah. Soars many a mile. And then there was a coming together of a number of Japanese fielders who came in to, well, have a word or two with both Ja and Airi, who didn't seem to engage. So the umpires rightly saying to Japan, get back to your positions. Won't get the single this time. This game has got a bit of spice of it in it all of a sudden.
And the Nepali fans, they're loving it. They're just chanting around. We are loving it, the spice.
Always good to have a bit of spice in any contest, as long as it doesn't go past the line. And in fairness, both of these sides play with a great spirit of cricket. So important that they do. Staying around the wicket, final ball of Sugat Slater's spell. He's driven, but he's bowled really well, Sagaya Slater. 2 for 22 he will take maybe even deserved a third wicket in there. But the 100 comes up as his spell ends, much to the cheers of the Nepal fans.
ज्ञान सोल्टी चामल खरिद गर्नुहोस् रु 2000 सम्मको क्यासब्याक पाउनु ज्ञान पाए ज्ञान नै रोज्ने
नेपालमा सर्वाधिक रुचाइएको चाउचाउ गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagh Bazaar, Kathmandu.
मम्मीले त्यसरी भने
In his second, had the wickets, and all of a sudden he's found his rhythm, found his loop, and they're interesting little leg breaks, aren't they? It's kind of a bit of everything in there, ball quite flat through the air. He's a good googly. It's not an extravagant drop of the front shoulder and full show of the backhand googly. It's sort of a little one that just rolls out the side of the hand, and it makes it difficult to pick. Already accounted for Powdell, could have accounted for Dipendra Singh Aritu.
Yeah, after the first over that he was a bit tentative, a bit nervous to bowl to Asif Sheikh. He's found his rhythm. This was a full toss, easily driven away by Gulshan Jah.
Yeah, I would suspect that this is the critical over. If Ravichandran can get one, or in a dream world 2 more, Japan might start to believe. But Ari picks the googly this time. The key thing is just not to lose a wicket here for Nepal. Required run rate isn't posing pressure. It's the fact they've lost those 5 wickets.
Yes, the current rate is over 7 runs per over. The required is under 6. It's very controllable. The only thing that Nepal is worried about is those 5 wickets.
Driven, square driven. Jah wants the second, Irie sends him back. I think that was a really good call, because obviously Irie would have got there at the non-striker's end, but he's looked after his partner there, and that's good communication to make sure it's just a single.
Irie is a very smart campaigner. He knows what is going on in the centre. He identifies the fielders. Jiven again straight down the ground for a single.
Nepal doing enough in this over just to quell the threat of that Japan fight back. You do think back to that first innings though, and you just wonder if Japan had got the 160 they should have. How different may this game have been. 5 singles will come from the 15th, and Nepal just